typical motorhome like this being a 1989 Southwind, you don't have a whole lot to worry about because of the engine being a normal 454 Chevrolet engine, parts available pretty much anywhere you stop. But in past trips that I've taken, especially through the desert, the heat sometimes can get to your engine, and everybody knows that an overheated engine is, of course, no good. In the middle of the desert, even worse. There are ways to get around overheating, especially when you're in a motorhome. On this particular rig, I hold, I believe, 25 gallons of fresh water. That water is cool water because it sits in a tank underneath the bed in the back of the motorhome. So, with that cool water, if I was to experience an overheated engine and the radiator was not performing the way I would like it to in extreme heat, I could take that water, which by that time would be lukewarm if it was extreme heat, and pass it over the radiator right directly in the front, just basically splashing the radiator in the front. Being careful not to splash too much past the radiator onto the block itself, I can cool the radiator down very quickly, allowing myself to move forward in much shorter time than waiting an hour to half an hour, 45 minutes for the engine itself to cool down enough to go forward. You could probably do that and get yourself another 20-30 miles. If you overheat again, pull over, do it again, and get yourself to a town to where you can either get help if your engine is in that much trouble, or if it was just a one-time thing, get yourself over a hill and out of the desert itself. That's just one tip in desert driving that I'd like to give to you. Splash your radiator with lukewarm water, being careful not to splash too much onto the engine head itself, and it'll get you out of any desert that you have to come from. Again, as I said before, I love the desert. It's a different landscape. You may not have trees, but here and there you'll see a tall cactus, and even from there, just the mountains and the way you can see the sculpting of each and every crevice. It shows me the hand of God here on earth, almost as much as it does the ocean.